the weather forecast for the 31st of October this year was awful. And there has been a bit of rain, but we've had these little pockets in between where we've been able to get out to the woods, and it's lovely. So we'll come back to the woods that I came to for Beltane when they were full of bluebells, and right now they are changing. And I wanted to talk a bit about the idea of being overdoing for Halloween and Samhain. That's the motto of our cozy nation. Look at the light in the trees. So I wanted to share a bit of nature magic from my little corner of the world with you. I hope that you might be able to get out and do some exploring. If not, here's some magic from me. And there's nothing to do. You don't have to do anything. There's no need to make anything complicated. You can always make anything a ritual, and you can make it as complicated as you desire. Maybe you want to do that. But this is a little reminder that you don't have to. And an invitation today to just notice the quality of your being and of that beingness around you. So I'm in the woods and I'm noticing the beautiful life-death, life cycle in action. I'm just taking it all in, the allness of it all. Noticing the beginning of decay and the falling leaves and the changing colours. And noticing how it's from this point onwards that the autumn bit really begins to kick in and bite down towards winter. It gets darker and darker and darker, and it hasn't really started yet. This is like the tipping point. One of the things that I really love about this time of year is the opportunity to get back in touch with your inner child and play and dress up. And there's definitely some magical power in fancy dress. So we're going to take Tris for his first trick-or-treating tonight, which I'm really excited about. And I'm quite shy sometimes. Getting better. But I've really noticed when I'm dressed up, I am much less anxious about talking to people. So it'll be interesting to see how he gets on, because he can be shy sometimes too. And yeah, so I just wanted to offer some invitations today for you to take or leave as you feel. You could make it a really fun day or a really serious one. It's kind of up to you. And of course, those things don't have to be either end of the extreme. You can also blend them together, which I think is what we're going to do a bit today. So we're going to take some offerings to the woods. I'm really excited about having a lovely Halloween bath, making some tea, carving some pumpkins, doing some decorations, and then going out trick-or-treating. And there's like literally a million things that you could do today, but I think my biggest invitation and kind of heartfelt invitation would be for you to really tune into your heart and what you desire and how you feel, and tune into the changing natural world around you and how those things are connected, how the inner world affects the outer world and vice versa, because we can only ever see the outside world through our own lens, so it's always going to be affected by how we're feeling. And that's one of the cool things. If we kind of change how we feel, we change what we see. So yeah, I'm going to share a few little things in this video from my Halloween and Samhain celebrations. I kind of think I celebrate both, the kind of more pagan version of Samhain and the more I don't even know what it is anymore. Kind of commercial, but not necessarily version of Halloween. So, in the pagan wheel of the year, Samhain marks the final of the harvest festivals. There's I've forgotten what they're called. There's Lammas is the first one, Mavon and Samhain. And that's kind of the time for gathering in. And then from here to Imbolc in February, we go into this kind of darkness. And obviously the light begins to turn at winter solstice, but you're still pretty much in the middle of the darkness. So this is the time of year for me, from kind of now onwards until we start to come out the other side of Imbolc, where I'm aware that I need the most support, that I need to kind of look after myself as best I can for this harder bit of winter. As the light disappears, the days get shorter. A lot of these leaves that we're looking at, some of them are evergreen, a lot of those are going to fall. And they're going to do some pretty spectacular colour changes still before then. We've got a lot of beauty to come, as well as a lot of darkness. So I think that's why, in a way, I really love Halloween and Samhain as this sort of celebration before we go into the dark. And it's a celebration that seems to make more sense to my brain than Christmas does, and the build up to Christmas, where I always feel like I'm kind of fighting against myself. I'm supposed to be merry. I'm supposed to want to spend a lot of time around other people. I'm supposed to be digging into a kind of social bounciness that I just don't really have. And kind of celebrating Halloween and the darkness that's associated with it, whether it's kind of playful or more serious, it feels more true to me. So each year, particularly over the last 7 years, I'm always looking for my own meaning for the winter solstice and for Christmas. I'm always kind of digging for solace, really, and a way through. So some of the things that I'm going to do today to celebrate are kind of hopefully going to set me up for this time of change. Some people also refer to Samhain as the Witch's New Year and think of the year beginning again tomorrow. That's kind of like New Year's Day in witchy world, which is a really beautiful way of thinking of it as well. It's definitely a turning point, and I think that's where our emphasis within the HiberNation on being over doing gets really important. The more we work on the quality of our being, the better we're going to do anything that we do choose to do or need to do. I'm just really enjoying the light here right now as it becomes more and more precious at this time of year. One of the ways I like to work with the energy of being over doing is bringing a lot of a lot of focus and intention and mindfulness to the small things that I do, like making tea. And then just enjoying the whole process, making something so simple a ritual by how much attention I bring to it. The beautiful steam, the way it smells, the way the herbs float in the pot. Using my very special teapot from Japan. It just becomes, it's not that it becomes magical, it's that I can feel the magic that's already there because I'm paying that bit more attention. There's no need to go hunting for the magic in other places. It's here, it's everywhere. Magic is fundamentally what I believe the world is made of. You know, and you can explain steam to me a million times. It's one of those things when you watch it, it's magical and beautiful. Even when you understand the science, even when you know that there's reason and logic behind it. For me, that doesn't make things less magical. Because look at it, it just dances and it's beautiful. And it smells really, really good. This is some special custom made tea for me by the amazing Brie of Breathing Botanica. And it's my autumn mixed tea called Crooning the Crone. So it's got nutmeg and cardamom. I'm just thinking of, it's got rosemary and rose. I'm thinking of some of the things you can really smell. Try and share this experience with you. It's my birthday at the beginning of October, so one of the things I've been doing, I was lucky enough to get a few bunches of flowers this year, so this one is hanging from the end of the curtains to dry. And then for Halloween I've used some of the flowers to make a little moon wreath with some lights and my Jack Skellington. Just zoom out a bit. Oh yeah, and my friend Jane knitted me this amazing little toadstool. I just also wanted to share with you a bit of old sleepy dog magic, because Shadow really knows how to hibernate. Hi, sorry, did I wake you up? Hey, beautiful. Yeah, it's time to get colder, isn't it? Shadow spends a lot more time curled up when it gets chillier, don't you, buddy? It's a lot more pretzel time. Good boy. Yeah. Sometimes you don't hear me these days, do you? Because you're getting a bit deaf. Sorry for waking you up. You just look so sweet. You're very good at just being on you. Thank you for showing me how it's done. Pumpkin carving is probably my favourite Halloween and Samhain activity. Even if I don't do anything else, and I often don't do anything else, carving a pumpkin, I don't know, it brings me a great amount of joy, and I'm not really sure why. This year I've gone for a bit of a goddess design. See if I can show you some of the details. She's got a crown with mushrooms and flowers, and this one's meant to be a leaf and a pomegranate. And me and Josh and Tress have all carved a pumpkin this year, and it was a really lovely family thing to do, with the grown-ups doing a little bit extra when Tress got forward. Tress, can you turn around?